Hello. Doing a quick little video here because I haven't really done a whole lot lately, and I wanted to address something that came up in the lab portion. I had somebody who used one of those chat bots in AI for an assignment. And I went back, looked through the syllabus. I have not specified in there about that. Well, I looked through the lab syllabus. I didn't look through the class syllabus. But I'm going to address it. And I'm going to be amending the syllabi in order to include this. Any form of AI is not okay. From this moment forward, if I find you have used the chatbot, an AI, anything in order to do your work, you will receive a 0. That is cheating. The way I view it is in a classroom setting, if you can't make something come in and do the work for you, it's not okay here. I am very, very, very forgiving about a whole lot of things. A lot of you have already figured out how to get perfect on all your quizzes. So you can back me up on the fact that I really work with you. I do my best to help you be successful if you just do what you're supposed to do. This whole AI thing has me rather ticked off because why bother taking a college course if you're not actually going to use your own brain? My brain is blown. I don't understand where this world is going. I don't understand the lack of thinking that so many people have right now. I'm like almost speechless because I'm, maybe it's because, Gen X, I've bullied my way through everything in my entire life. And the most prized possession I have is my brain, how my brain works. Even if it doesn't work like everybody else's, it doesn't matter. It's my friggin' brain. It's my thoughts. And you will always know exactly what I think. Oh my God. Everybody always knows exactly what I think, for good or bad. I think it's pretty good. So, I felt a need to address this whole stupid AI thing. If you're taking a college class, that means you should be using your brain. You go through high school, you go through college, preferably you go through grad school, but no matter what you're doing is you are training your brain. You are learning. You are not just you're not just answering questions for a grade. You're supposed to be learning. You're supposed to be thinking. And the number of people who seem incapable of thought totally throws me. This is the reason why in the discussions, I straight up ask you, what do you think? In assignments, I say, what do you think? I don't want what some generic computer program has decided the internet thinks. I mean, that's kind of like using things like, and I don't even know if Family Feud still exists, but the game show Family Feud, it's popular opinion. It's like going by what Wikipedia says. Popular opinion is not necessarily your opinion. You should be in charge of your own thoughts. So when I ask what you think, I want to know, what do you think? I get frustrated enough in discussions, and I guarantee if you're reading enough of them, you'll see that there are people who will say, well, I can see this side and I can see this side, but they never say what they think. I am sick to death of people not picking a side. Pick one. That's part of being human. You have an opinion, use it, voice it. If you're afraid that your opinion is wrong, then revisit it, do some research. If you think your opinion is right, by God, stand behind it. But you know you have an opinion. If you don't have an opinion, it just means you're uneducated and you need to educate yourself. So do it. Do some research. Decide. Pick a side. Everybody has a side. What is so wrong with this world are the number of people stuck right here in the middle. All of the people who in their discussions say one person doesn't make a difference, yes, they do. There's a lot of one persons. You put enough one persons together, you get a whole group of people. That's how change happens. I was on a Zoom with one of the students from lab, and I use this as an example. Think of a public restroom. You use the public restroom, you flush the toilet. You're one person. You flush the toilet. You know why? It makes a difference. You come into a public bathroom. I just did a huge drive down to Boca Raton. Well, actually, I did it on the way back. So from like the Fort Lauderdale area up to Atlanta. And I was on the Florida Turnpike. There is this one service. I think it's not called a service station, service plaza. That's what it's called. I try my hardest not to stop there because it is the worst bathroom because the water pressure is low. So a lot of people don't flush properly. I'm telling you right now, that one person who didn't flush made a difference. Think about that. One person does make a difference. Why you think they don't is because you will not pick a side. You will not stand up. You will not make a change. If each person picks a side and works towards that, that is how change happens. So for any person who sits there and says, well, it doesn't matter what I do, bull crap. You are trying to just say you have no accountability and there's nothing you can do, so there's no reason to change. Load of crap. Everything you do matters. We're going to even just not even look at environmental science here. If you are a parent and you choose to give your kid a cookie to make them stop crying instead of comforting them, guess what? You made a difference. You have just started the child on the road to eating disorders, rewarding themselves with sugar instead of physical. The minute you decide, I'm just going to sit my kid in front of the TV instead of read a book, guess what? You have now set your child up on the path for electronics instead of thought. As soon as you have a child who asks you a question and you make up an answer instead of saying, I don't know this, let's learn together, you have now set that child up to believe anything instead of research. You're one person. That child is one person, but it spreads. Toilets, public place. Flush the toilet or don't flush the toilet. One person makes a difference in that place. Environmental. You make a difference. Whether you realize it or not, you make a difference. A huge portion of where our forests are being chopped down for toilet paper, paper towels, paper products in general. Yes, I do use the company Who Gives a Crap because their toilet paper is made out of bamboo, which is basically, it's a grass. And so you can, I started to say rebuild, you can grow it way faster. And so that's more sustainable. So I removed myself from adding to removal of the trees. Do I still use air conditioning? Yes. Did I install 4 solar panels back in 2016 when I could? Yes. Would I like to do more? Yes. Can I afford it? No. But what I can do when it's super hot out, I turn my AC up. I keep my house, even though I like it cold, I keep it at 78 degrees. I don't like 78 degrees, but then I add fans. So I'm pulling less on the electric grid. I make a small difference. Enough people like that make enough of a difference that our electric grid does not shut down when we're in a heat wave. If you don't know what I'm talking about for that, check out the rolling blackouts that they have to do in California and Texas. Normally, California is the main one who does it. Texas is like, screw you, and then all their electricity goes out. But California will do rolling blackouts in order to help prevent fires and complete system shutdowns. You are a human being on this planet. What you decide to do matters 100%. Saying it's only one person is a cop-out. Next time you decide you want to say, well, I'm only one person, ask yourself why you're saying that. Is it because you don't want to drive half a mile instead of walking? Is it because you want to save a nickel? I've been broke. Dude, have a meeting with me. I will tell you how broke I've been. And to give you a small indication, when I was going to college, I priced everything in ramen noodles. I was a single mom taking care of 2 kids, working and going to college. And we survived on ramen noodles and how I could make them more creative. We were so far below the poverty line, reaching poverty was my goal. My oldest is now 28, and I'm still trying to tell him it's okay to have more than 1 pair of shoes. We were that broke. So I get it. Trust me. I get it. But a nickel is a nickel. You can normally find something else to scale back on if you know this is going to make a difference. The more crap energy that you're pulling on, like coal, makes the environment worse, which increases the climate change, the climate crisis that we currently are in. Look at this past summer. It's not normal. This summer was huge. This is the hottest summer recorded history ever. And it's because of the crappy decisions we're making. If enough people would say enough, we could help bring it a little bit back. Right now, it's ridiculous. So your cost of electricity is going to increase every single summer, because of individual choices. So each individual person does make a difference. Apparently I had a lot to say on this. I'm so sorry. I get so tired of people on the fence and the neutral, and it's just so, I don't know, it's disgusting to me. If you're like, I don't care, I want coal, friggin' stand by that. If that's truly what you believe, state it, own it. And when people tell you why they think it's a bad choice, that's fine. That's their right. If you are like, oh my gosh, this is the dumbest thing on the planet, this is what I think, state it, own it. But other people have a right to tell you what they think. That's what makes us critical thinkers. It's not, I have a right to say anything I want and you can't reply. Everybody can reply, but anybody can reply to you. But please, for the love of everything, quit saying one person doesn't make a difference. One person makes all the difference. Enough one people and we take over the world. That's pretty much it. You get enough one people to make a group to make a change. And so if you don't like how the world is right now, make the change, help other people make the change. Even little changes. And I'll make another video at some point where I talk about all the little changes people can make, because I've been making little ones over the past like decade, and it is making a difference. So, well, for us in certain areas, but yeah, I think that's it. Now I'm going to go for my walk before it gets too bright. And if you have any questions, please shoot me a message. Yeah, peace.